Israel, Lebanon hold first direct peace talks in decades while simultaneously bombing each other into next week. In what diplomats are calling a historic milestone for peace, Israeli and Lebanese ambassadors sat down together at the U.S. State Department Tuesday for the first direct talks between the two nations in over 30 years, right as Israeli jets continued turning southern Lebanon into a very expensive parking lot and Hezbollah rockets reminded everyone that ceasefire is just a suggestion. "This is a breakthrough," said U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, beaming as he mediated the negotiations. For the first time in decades, representatives from Israel and Lebanon are in the same room, sharing coffee, exchanging pleasantries, and politely ignoring the fact that their militaries are actively trying to send each other to meet Jesus. Sources say the talks opened with both sides agreeing that peace is important, Hezbollah must be disarmed, and that whatever happens next week is totally unrelated to whatever happens on the ground today. Lebanese officials expressed hope the discussions would mark the beginning of the end of the suffering, while Israeli officials clarified that by suffering, they primarily meant rockets landing in kindergartens. Hezbollah, which was not invited because they have a strict no peace talks, only eternal resistance policy, immediately denounced the meetings as futile and Zionist treachery. The group then demonstrated their commitment to diplomacy by launching several more rockets, because nothing says we reject these talks like trying to hit Haifa during happy hour. Israeli Ambassador Yehiel Leiter reportedly told his Lebanese counterpart, "We are united in our desire to liberate Lebanon from the people currently running it." The Lebanese ambassador nodded politely before excusing himself to take a urgent call about another Israeli strike on a civilian weapons depot that somehow contained more missiles than the average small country's entire air force. A senior U.S. official, speaking on condition of anonymity because the whole thing is embarrassing, described the atmosphere in the room as cautiously optimistic, if by optimistic you mean both sides are still fully prepared to go back to killing each other the second the photo op ends. At press time, the two delegations had agreed to meet again in a few weeks for more constructive dialogue, while Israeli Defense Forces and Hezbollah continued their own long-running conversation in the traditional Middle East language of high explosives and very sad headlines. Sources close to the talks say significant progress was made on the important issue of who gets to blame the other side first when it all inevitably falls apart.